We have two 19-year-olds who have achieved their success through car flipping. I'll let Chris and Ben explain.
Basically, we sell what no one wants. Car flippers from Darlow. As you can see, we've got a pitch full of dingers, and we sell anything under 1,500 quid. Basically, we sell what no one wants. And on average, they profit around 500 quid per car sale and sell within 7 days. So that's what we do.
And showcasing their skills and success on TikTok.
This is our car dealership at age 19.
Come on, we'll show you around. So this is our storage section where we can fit up to 20 cars.
And this is our porter cabin where we can work and for storage. And around the back here's where we've got the toilets. And this space as well, here is where we'll be prepping cars.
So we started off by flipping cheap dingers in our driveways and we worked ourselves.
Hey, don't do it.
Spread your wings. Nothing is impossible, believe.
Yo, you lot, what you lot saying? Welcome back to the OUTSIDEIN podcast. Obviously, today we're here. I know I always start a podcast like this, but we're here. Obviously, this is, I don't even know, episode 6 or 7 or something like that. So let me introduce you guys. We've got Ben and Chris from, what is it that you guys do? Explain to them, innit?
So we flip cars, so anything that's below £1,500 we'll flip it, and it's pretty much anything that people don't want to drive, and that's what we sell. We've been doing it for about 18 months now, and that's what we do.
How'd you guys meet each other? Was it like, are you guys family or is it like a...
Basically, it's a bit like that at the moment, like to be fair, like known him that long, and he's like, we're our only mates, so it's like, it kind of gets like that, but yes, secondary school.
Is it? So you guys are like secondary school friends?
Yeah, all the way through.
Okay, that makes sense then. So I thought, let me try something new for this podcast. Yeah, I was like, let me try to do like a little would you rather. So obviously you guys are the car guys, so I'm gonna ask you like certain questions about cars, maybe like certain other things. Let's see how it goes, innit? So first question, I can't lie, I'm styling this off the top of my head, innit? Cause I wasn't bothered to plan it out, innit? Because I don't want to be reading from something. So I'm gonna ask you the main ones, the German cars. Alright, cool. BMW or Mercedes? Which one you guys saying?
BMW every day, man.
BMW. What about you?
I'd always say BM as well.
Why is that though?
It's the thing is, yeah, like as soon as you drive a BM,
yeah,
it's like it's kind of like an addiction. It's weird in that, but my car. I mean, I can't even swear, but like, it's
no, you're good. You can do it.
But it's like it's been absolutely the worst car for me at some point. But like, I'm still driving it now. Like, I'd still drive it till it actually breaks down.
You know what? I heard BMWs are just bare unreliable.
Oh, nah.
Like they just cause bare problems. You know that sound, that ping.
You have to replace the battery on it.
It wasn't a really thing, but we were working last night and we were just like sat in the car park. And we like had our chargers on and had to replace the battery, but I've had so many problems with it. Not really like. And
you still prefer it over Mercedes?
Yeah, any day. It's just how it drives. It's like.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, cool. Let me go for a different one. You guys said BMW, so BMW or Audi?
BMW again.
Is it?
Every day, man.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I do like the aesthetic of Audis, but yeah.
Are you guys rating it on like the dingers you guys have used, or is it a thing where you guys are rating it overall?
You know,
over the new cars, the old cars.
Yeah, a lot of people ask us like, oh, so what's the best dinger? What's like? Honestly, any dinger. So like, it doesn't really matter what brand it is. Just sell any dinger.
There's obviously certain cars that sell a lot better than others. So we find that it's normally the cheap hatchbacks that everyone likes. The Vauxhall Corsas,
the Vauxhall Corsas,
Ford Fiestas. And VW Polos and all themselves.
Do you guys, you know when you guys do your sales and stuff, how do you guys do it through like Facebook Marketplace, or is it like?
You know what it is? Everyone, like, it's funny is people are shocked when we say it. Like the same places we buy them from, we sell them straight back to them. So we'll buy them just under market value. Clean
I've seen you guys' video though. What you do is you wash the car. How they just take the car back?
Yeah, take it back straight advertise it straight back to the same platform, sell it.
It used to be even worse, right? Because I speak to a lot of people that used to be traders back in the day.
Yeah.
And you know, Auto Trader used to be like a magazine. So like the set had come out on a Monday, and then everyone would rush out for the cheapest deals, and then they'd like wash it, do all of their stuff, and they put it in literally the same advert on the next Monday. So it's like literally, it's like that.
Yeah, Auto Trader. I thought you guys would have done Auto Trader because Auto Trader is like my Argos catalogue. Like I'm sitting there, like I'm looking at all my cars, I'm ticking which ones I want and that. Like
it's all of them. To be fair, like eBay and Gumtree as well. But I'd say for these cheap cars, I'd say Marketplace is the best by far.
Yeah,
okay.
Marketplace is definitely the go. We always say that. But again, like in any business, you always need multiple sources of leads.
Yeah.
Like, if one dries up, which again, it eventually will do, if you're hammering it every single day on Facebook, eventually you're just going to be like, oh, there's nothing new to the market.
Okay.
So as long as you're using different sources, then you find them all the time, really.
For the next would you rather? Alright, cool. You know what? Have you guys had any supercars by any chance? Because I seen you with the Ferrari at one point. Or was that like a little
That
clickbait
was just a
thing?
linky. That was just a link up. That's it.
Alright, cool. So you guys deal with dingers the most. What got you into it? Like, what was your first shot? Like, what was the first car that you sold?
It was
It's a
the
Range
Range, wasn't
Rover,
it? Yeah, it was
yeah.
a
Is it? You guys started off with a Range?
Yeah.
I was thinking you guys were gonna say like a
No,
mashup
no,
Corsa.
Absolutely stupid. I wish I had our advice when I started. Like, I started when I was 17.
Yeah.
Like, it was the first car that I ever bought. Like, not just to drive, like to actually buy. It was absolutely stupid. I paid 13.
What, the Range Rover?
Yeah, it was a P38. I think it was like 1996.
Yeah.
Had like an engine light on, had an airbag light on,
Yeah.
had a few other things, and yeah, bought it for 1350. Had it on for a bit, didn't get it sold, and then we swapped it for like an Audi TT.
Okay.
And then that Audi TT needed a couple bits, but after that we sold it for 350. So like a grand from the first.
Oh, that's
first
really
one.
good, you know.
Yeah,
But starting off with a Range, how'd you guys start off with that much capital? Did you guys like work and stuff beforehand?
McDonald's.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
McDonald's, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone has to start from somewhere, and it's a humble beginning thing. So the Range of, okay, what were you saying for the Range? Was it like a headache for you guys?
It was a weird one because we didn't really do it properly back then. Like
Okay.
we weren't, the photos aren't anywhere near as good, the descriptions aren't anywhere near as good, and yeah, a lot of things have improved since then. So
Would you guys rather, you drove the 4x4, the Range Rover, yeah?
Yeah.
So would you guys rather the 4x4s or like the hatchbacks?
Hatchbacks all the time. That's it.
it's a difficult one. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people buy 4x4s that can't drive them. a lot of egos.
Or was this for us to keep or sell? Like, what was it?
I say keep, because so
keep,
is...
yeah, nah, 4x4.
You choose the 4x4?
Yeah,
I feel like 4x4s are bigger, bossier cars, like...
Defender 90s are unbelievable. I love Defender 90s.
I want like
Absolutely.
Pajero would be unreal, something like that, or like a Defender. Defenders.
Defenders are really nice in my opinion, innit?
New ones or old ones?
For me, I quite like the new ones, the G-Wagon.
Can't you say that?
Oh, okay.
Conversation stops now.
Now, the old ones are nice though. I remember, I don't know, this might be a weird topic, but you know KSI bought one for his dad? That one looked banging. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's like a black, it's like a black Defender. I'll put it up on the screen somewhere for you guys to see.
Sweet, man.
But yeah, that car looks, I don't know, 4x4s just look like bossier cars. They're just bigger.
Definitely.
Alright, cool.
Take them more on the road, don't they? So.
If you guys could have any car from each category, so hatchback, saloon, like 4x4s, which cars are you guys choosing? That's the car question, boy. Because you don't know whether to go old school, new school, like, it's up to you, innit?
You going first?
You know what it is? I don't know. I'm such like, I don't even think too much on it. I'm quite minimal in what I want. And I've always just said I just want a Land Rover Defender 90, and that's it.
Okay.
Like, no other car really interests me.
You want the Range, like the Defender,
Nah,
that's
just
it?
The Defender, that's it. Literally just the Defender. I'm not interested in full garage.
Have you driven a Defender before?
Never.
Or seen it? So imagine it don't drive the way you want it to drive.
Everyone hates them. Everyone hates them.
So how do you know you're gonna like it?
Just because the look of them. I think that's
Okay.
just, I absolutely love the look of them.
That's just a car you're gonna have in the middle of the living room just to stare at. What about you?
Right, I'm pretty detailed on this. I think me
Yeah,
and
this is
Ben,
the
me and
stuff
Ben
I
are like,
know.
I think we're on the same vision now, so we are like kind of like minimalistic. But like, yeah, I always wanted like a full car garage. Like,
Yeah,
a full
you're
garage
like me,
car.
that's my dream, man.
But like now I've kind of had a change. But if I was solely saying that, I think for the hatchback I'd go for like a Lancia, what's it called? An Integral Island? It's them rally ones. No, I'm not.
Okay. You do
hatchback.
like you can choose newer cars. You ain't gotta go for the diggers and
I'd
that.
say for that or an Audi RS3.
What, for the hatchback?
Yeah.
Okay, the RS3s are banging.
It counts as hatchback.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like it's more of an estate car because it is pretty
think?
long, yeah.
I'd
But you
say
could
like
count
the
it as
RS4
a...
or something more of an estate.
Yeah, okay.
But
So the
then-
RS3 for the
so
hatchback?
I'd go for a coupe, an M3 CSL, E46.
Okay.
And then an estate, it'd definitely have to be an RS6 for an estate.
Okay.
Oh no, actually the new M3 estate there.
The new M3 estates are banging.
And then yeah, for an
Have you guys seen that guy? I can't remember. I think it's Ben or Bobby or something like.
Yeah,
he just does them
yeah.
drifts on. Can't remember the guy's name.
Birmingham,
Yeah. He's a nutter with his drifts, man. But alright, cool. So
And then like an SUV. Either
SUV.
a Defender or a Pajero.
okay, I thought you guys were gonna come through like probably like Bentayga, like Cole, like Cullinan and all that kind of
I think
thing.
it's all ego. Like I think like when people say about like Lamborghinis and all of that, like you can't drive them anyway. Like I've seen.
Yeah, Lambo's no, but I can't have the Urus though. The Urus is a
Can't get on that. Can't
The
get on
Urus
that.
is a beauty. Nah,
Let's have the same
but a
conversation
couple of my
right
friends
now.
watching this are gonna start coming for you guys, man.
Nah,
The Urus
can't
is
be.
a,
Nah, man.
for me, I know you man are gonna slate me, but for the hatchback, it's a bit of an underrated one. But you know the Volkswagen Sirocco R.
That's a good shout. That like
The Sirocco R.
Yeah,
I don't know why everyone goes for the Golf R, but I think
yeah,
the Sirocco
yeah.
looks beautiful.
R30Ns are proper underrated as well.
The what?
R30Ns, you know the Hyundais.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't rate them?
Nah, I'm thinking more like, you know, the Sirocco R is like a nice car for a hatchback. My brother's got the Cooper S. He loves that car. He goes,
Yeah,
that's a
they're
banger.
nice. Them, like, yeah.
But his one's a pretty nice one because he's got it in Nardo Grey. But for a saloon, what are we talking, 4-door or is it like?
Well, if it's a saloon, it's 4-door, isn't it?
Yeah. So for saloon, probably the old. I don't know if that's a saloon though. The old C63.
Is that not a coupe? The C63 is
Yeah,
the
but
S60
I swear the old ones had it as 4-door. The E63, I remember we had one recent, like a while back. The E63S, the newer version, has a 4-door. So
yeah,
it could be. I don't know, you know. For a coupe, though, it has to be a GTR. GTRs are my bread and butter, innit? Yeah, Nissan GTR. Because they're like, I had it for my prominent. It's a nice car. It's comfy. It can be quiet when it wants to be quiet, and it can be a mad thing when it wants to be a mad thing.
What colour would you be getting in? Would you go for the same colour like across the whole garage or?
That's the thing. I was deciding on that. I was thinking, you know what, Nardo Grey could be a banging like, but then
everyone.
I like each cars have like their own different like color innit. Like I wouldn't want like a certain car. I don't know, like a G-Wagon wouldn't suit Nardo Grey. Like it could do, but I don't know. I feel like I'm a weird guy when it comes to colors with cars, innit. Like I swear down, like if you see my GTA garage, I have like a purple car with a pink car. Like I don't know. I like which cars suit each other. Like I got slated for it the other day. I was looking at M3s and I was like, you know what color would look perfect with like a midnight purple.
I like the Laguna Seca blue, them ones.
For the GTR, I would have to cat Nam's Boost though, because
I like the midnight purple for them ones, like.
What, the GTR?
GRs, yeah.
Yeah, the midnight purple. I was thinking more, you know, Bayside Blue, the original Paul Walker color. That color would bang. But I don't know, innit? It depends. Each car, I feel like once I get the car, I would look at it and be like, I want to do this, I want to do that. Yeah, because I changed my mind so quickly. Like my brother's got his 3 Series and I'm there like, oh, I want to do it matte black, or no, I want to change my color to this and that. Like I don't know, I'm just a weird guy, innit? I change colors. For what estate? For an estate, no, it has to be the E63S. You know how they have the estate versions now.
Really,
my brother, because I never even knew they existed till my brother started showing me them. I was like, yeah, they're lethal cars. Wow, I know why you went for the BMW because they drift nicely though. But, alright, forget it. I'm lost now because I was gonna go to supercars. No, but let me talk about the SUV. The SUV, I would personally probably. I'm thinking about it. My top 3, either an SVR because a Range Rover is comfy, it's nice. A G-Wagon, just because the interior and the Merc, you cannot go wrong. And
they are very nice. You can't.
The interior and the Merc is just beautiful, isn't it? And the third one, probably a Bentayga, you know, just because I don't know, it's just more of a luxury.
It's no man's car.
I wouldn't say.
It's more of a smart man's
car. I just feel like
can't get it up anymore.
Whoa!
Whoa! It's I don't know. You just see. I don't know. I can't be driving that, man.
I think it's just dry. I feel like when you see it on the road.
No, but I feel like those are like the bossy cars that you can just sit in the back and let someone else drive you, or like I don't know. It's just like a sick car, isn't it? Like I don't know. Recently, like because of my brethren, like my love for SUVs have grown like a lot because I'm thinking if they're just bigger and bossier cars, they don't look like someone that you should be like. It's not a joke kind of car, innit? Like if you can drive it as well, you're a legend at driving, innit? So alright, let's move on to the proper questions now, because that was just like a little would you rather segment. I know we went on a bit about cars, but you guys knew what you were in for, innit? Alright, cool. So whose idea was it to start off like the whole car flipping? I'm guessing it was you. I'm guessing it was you. Yeah.
So we have different, like, especially with business, we have different backstories. I started off with the cars. Ben started off with the property side. But yeah, I think a lot of how it looks now is a lot of Ben's ideas, like how it's gone through like social media and how we've ended up with the course. A lot of that's been through him with how he's learned business through like the property side. Okay. But
so you're more of the like, you know, the cars and you know which cars would be a good investment, whereas Ben's probably the like social media brains.
Yeah, well it's exactly how it works. So like I mean, like we think about changing it up now, but if you would come like to the pitch on a normal day, I'd only be the one there. Like I'd be doing like the washing, the buying, the selling, everything else. But Ben would be like working on the back end, like all the course and all the social media sort of side.
So what was it like? How many cars would you guys say that you had roughly inside? Like, you know, you guys said you have, I don't know what you call it, the garage, like the pit, whatever. The pitch, yeah. So how many cars would you guys say you've sold through the pitch, like, when you first started?
Yeah, so we took through the pitch since we first started.
Yeah.
When we first started about 18 months ago, we sold over about 100 cars.
100.
In the pitch, we average around 20 a month. So
yeah, I think we've sold since we've been there. It's mid-December. I think we've sold about 50 now.
Ooh, so this year, how many would you say from January to now?
Around 40, something like that.
Damn. So you guys don't work no more. This is your full time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Damn, that's pretty good, you know. Is it just you two behind everything, or is anyone else helping you guys?
We have got a VA, but they do again a lot of the video editing side of things.
Yeah, okay.
Certain things. So that's.
So on the pitch, if say for example I was to walk on the pitch, you two are the managers, like you two are the owners. I'd have to speak to you. Yeah. Okay, so what would be like the hardest obstacle you guys came through? Like, was like a car mash up, but you didn't know until you drove it, or like, what was like the hardest obstacle you guys came through?
I'd like to say there's not huge obstacles in what we're doing, because worst comes to worst, if a car is like a complete just shambles, we can scrap it and get most of the money back.
Because you guys deal with the low end kind of thing.
Yeah. I think for us though, it's just like a long obstacle to finally get to like where we're actually seeing ourselves now, because we can clearly see a vision where it's heading now.
Okay.
It's working very well. Like we're selling a lot on a weekly basis, but it wasn't always like that. Before we weren't really selling dingers. We were selling like nicer cars, like $2,000 to $5,000 sort of thing. Yeah. But the performance on them was nowhere near on these dingers. So that's why we went.
Now I can understand that, because obviously bare people want their like first cars and like maybe not want to spend too much on a car. Yeah. So they'd rather the demand for that. Whereas from the outside, you'd probably see it as like the nicer cars would do better, but obviously that's not the case from you guys.
Everyone says that, man, and like the thing is as well, it's like a common misconception. People think we're buying these cars because that's all we can afford. Yeah. But obviously, if we're buying them on mass, the strategy is to keep buying them on mass. Yeah. And there's no need for this stepping stone. And to be honest, we don't believe in the business strategy of like mid-tier cars. We just don't see, because they're too vulnerable to the economy. We're sort of preying on like sort of the boost in the economy for themselves.
And plus, it's just a bigger risk for you guys. If it goes left, it's a bit bigger risk. Yeah,
and it takes longer to sell regardless. So even if you got a good deal on them, like somewhat, it still takes a while for someone to part over like 3K plus. So
yeah, if you've got a $3,000 car and that's going to make you a grand, it's probably going to take you about a month to sell on average. But then if you've got a grand car that's going to make you £500 profit, it's going to sell in a week.
Yeah, because if you have like a bunch of these like dingers, each one will make you about like a good 500 to a grand, and then it adds up like straight away, innit? Whereas like a big car would you guys say the profit margin is a bit smaller on a bigger car? Like,
it's such a misconception, because people think because the car, like if like more expensive cars, like you profit more.
Yeah. I don't see it as that, because you could have like a BMW M3 for example, it'd probably go up by like what? Probably about a grand or two. Say for example you had like a dinger, you gave it like a good clean, you go for about £300, do it all up and like whatever, you could probably go for about £3,000. You made like a lot more profit than you would have on the M3. It's just, you know what it is, I think it just attracts more attention, like a bigger, nicer car and stuff like that, innit?
Exactly that. But again, it comes with much more headache and like much more of a sales process as well. Yeah. Like with these dingers, like literally there's no selling at all. There's like they come to buy it, sound like as long as it runs, MOT gone. But like with all like the more expensive, you have to take them through a full like sales process. Or like cater them, stroke them.
And then people start becoming like picky for choice and stuff like. For sure. Yeah, it makes sense. So you guys were saying how obviously it was a bit harder at the beginning. Like, how did you man keep going through that? Like, how did you like end up like staying on that podcast? I know a lot of men would have given up by then. Like, I'm not seeing the profit straight away. I'm not seeing any results. So I'm like, love.
Where you're at though, like, isn't it like where you're at in your current situation? Do you still want to be there, or do you want to be somewhere else?
And having the vision firmly in your mind as well.
Well, as we were just saying, it's like, would you rather be where you are now, or would you rather be somewhere else? And like you might keep on making mistakes, but eventually you're gonna get there.
You guys obviously said how you just wanted it more, yeah? How did you guys overcome that? I'm sure there must have been days where you guys were like, yo, this is a bit peak and because it's just easier at McDonald's because you know you got a guaranteed paycheck at the end. So like,
and I think that's what a lot of people resort to. I think it's comfort, isn't it? I feel like people just like they want the easy life and go with like a paycheck and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Again, we're not about that. Like, we don't want to be someone's employee. We don't want to be told what to do. Not like rebellious sort of way. Well, Chris sort of was. Like, you were always rebellious to like
managers at Amazon, man.
I wasn't too fussed with sort of managers. I'm absolutely happy like with sort of stuff. But again, I'm like, I'm not interested in working for someone else. So
how did these convos start up? Like, was it like a PS4 chat? Like, yo, I can't do this no more. Or was it like,
you know what it was? It was because like when we first like left school, I ventured into like a customer service advisor role, which is cheap money because the apprenticeships were really really low wages. But if you got like a customer service, they'd actually pay pretty decent for your age. So I went into that. Chris was unemployed after college with like terrible grades. So he went to McDonald's.
It happens,
I was
man,
there. And yeah, that's where it really stemmed from. Oh, sorry, I forgot the question completely. Oh, how did we come together?
I remember that.
Straight on it. But yeah, Chris was Chris decided on cars. Completely separate to what I was doing anyway, and like no decisions between us. And I started doing property.
How was the property game?
Yeah, so property game we use, and obviously me and Chris like merged together, like 50-50 and everything. But it was lease options, so that's basically where you control the asset without ownership, but you have the option to purchase at the end of.
It's that financing a car in a way, innit?
Pretty much, yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Exactly like financing a car, but with a property, and obviously you've got the exclusive right. The seller can't sell it to anyone else. So we've got it on the deeds, etc. So we scaled it quite high as well. We got 15 properties from that as well. So that was going well. The cars wasn't at the time. Wasn't doing too well. But yeah, you just need to keep pushing on. Social medias, we're always getting hate. We still do. Our friendship.
What do you mean by hurt?
Hate, sorry.
Huh?
Hate.
Hurt?
Hate. It's our voice, isn't it?
Hate. Like, as in like...
Hate comments.
Damage hurt or...
No, like verbal, like...
Oh yeah. No, I knew what you're trying to say, but I was like, are you saying the same thing I'm thinking?
Yeah.
So, what do you mean by hurt? Like, comments slating?
Yeah, we're always getting slated all the time. Again, you just get bulletproof to it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I haven't gone through it completely, but for my first podcast, I got annihilated because of what I was wearing.
Really?
Like, bro, I was wearing like a Puma tracksuit in it, and I can't it was kind of shabby because I didn't have like lighting on me like that. Because it was my first podcast. I was like focusing on the guest in it, so it's a thing where I wore my tracksuit and I had a bucket hat because I thought it was drippy, innit? I don't know. It was at the beginning, innit? I didn't know what would do nice, so I just slapped it on. But the comments like, yo, what are you wearing? Puma? I was like, you shut up, man. You guys are watching it anyway, innit? So
it's pretty tragic. And again, if that's what they've got to comment on, like,
yeah, I know. I don't know why, innit? It's just people's attention spans, innit? And with you guys, I remember looking through the comments and just see bare people like, oh, dingers and blah. I was like, bro, they make you more money than you. Just shut up and just watch the clip and just enjoy it.
We get it all the time, and you just look at certain people, and you can even see the times that they're commenting. Like, we were getting comments late last night, like, bearing in mind it was a Friday evening, people were commenting like 11 o'clock at night. Clearly,
they're not bothered.
Not going out, doing nothing. And some of them will be like 4 o'clock in the morning, like, yeah, go to sleep, but what are you doing? And like,
yeah, it makes sense because one of my friend's brothers once told me, like, you know, you'll always see, you know, the people that like try and violate you and try and come at you, they're always the people that ain't doing nothing. Literally. And he told me like it's a thing where they're just showing you jealousy, innit? Like it's mostly a jealousy sort of thing because the people that are actually doing something like Ben, he's doing quite successful and he's rating your thing. Yeah. But like the people that are doing stuff about it, they will sit and go, you know what, that's actually really good. Keep at it. Whereas people who aren't doing nothing, they're low-key just jealous because they ain't got the confidence or the mindset to take that risk in the first place, innit? So it's just stupid.
And you notice no one like sort of above you ever criticises in that way, like a malicious way. Obviously they may give constructive criticism, but never like malicious.
Yeah, like when Ben came along, he gave me a lot of like criticism, but it was a thing where he wanted me to grow. He was giving me certain advice, and I was just sitting there like, yes, I can't wait. I want to hear it because I like any business person like you guys will want to take criticism because you know that the people that are giving you the criticism only want you to do better. Yeah. Whereas some people just violate stupid things that won't do it like much justice, innit? Like, so obviously it took you guys quite a while to grow. I'm pretty sure. What was that the breaking point where you guys knew like, yo, this is the thing that we're gonna start doing this like?
I think it was when it was like the week of moving into the pitch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like December.
We were just like, you know what, like it's pointless because we were both at Amazon together because we were like obviously it's funny how it happened, but like Chris was doing McDonald's, I was doing customer service.
Yeah.
And then like we just like, because we became 50-50 in everything we did,
Yeah.
we then just joined Amazon together at the same thing, same job,
Okay.
same everything, same hours as well, so it was easy.
That's
for
sick,
us.
you know, because most people from secondary don't stay.
Yeah,
don't
literally,
and stuff, innit?
no one does really. And yeah, that's how we ended up. But then we realised, you know what, we've just sold a car.
Yeah.
We've pretty much made the same amount of profit that we'd make in a wage for a month of working. It just didn't
Okay.
make any sense at all. So we're like, you know what, wrap it in.
I didn't even mention, where are you guys from again?
Darlington.
So that's near,
Darlow,
what was it
yeah.
you said?
Middlesbrough. Everyone,
Middlesbrough.
if we mention Middlesbrough, most people understand
If
it.
it's not that,
Yeah.
it's Newcastle.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I just needed to clarify because certain people will think, oh, they must be doing it in London or like this, that. You guys do it. How was the feeling of like having your own pitch? Because I know for me, if I was like 19 or something, I had my own pitch. Like I'm gonna start thinking I'm Andrew Tate. Like I'm coming like, yeah, that's a businessman now. Like.
You know what? I think the effect wears off very, very soon. To be fair,
You
Like,
know, even you saying that though, like it was very dry for me.
Yeah.
I'm always one that's like looking for the next thing straight away.
Definitely.
Okay.
It's like even an example for it, like when we got the first unit, when we moved into the unit, it was
Yeah.
like a day of hype, and then we were just like,
Yeah, I know.
Same with the pitch. I've never had it where it was a moment of excitement, really.
Okay.
You've got to look at it in
As
in
an
other
opportunity.
certain people in retrospective.
Yeah.
That like we're 19 and we literally don't work for anyone else, and we've got our own place that we work at. Like that is a lot of people's dreams.
Yeah.
But when you're too busy in the thick of
Yeah.
it, you don't really think like that.
I was just about to say, maybe you guys are just really caught up on work to take like a sit back and go, you know what, that's mad what I've just done. Like,
And I think it's more of the fact that like we want more than that. Like we want the next
Yeah,
stage. So we're not
yeah.
really like satisfied with what we're at the moment.
because there's always so many places you can go. You've just basically, what you guys have done is you've just opened the doors, and now you're just seeing so many routes, and you're like, yo, this is our sort of thing, innit?
Definitely. But it's again with social media as well. Like when we started to grow on there, but we were always like, we were looking at people like 10k and that. We were like, it's gonna be sick if we get 10k. We'll be
Yeah,
buzzing
and then
every
you
day.
aim for higher, innit?
Yeah,
Like,
and then
when I hit, I think Zaki posted the first clip, he got 170k. You see the excitement in my soul. And then when I did the second podcast, I hit like 20k, 30k views on like TikTok. I was gassed. And then I realized it's not that much, because then I compare it. Comparing really messes me over. And
really
then,
does, yeah.
yeah, and then I slowly see the views decline. I was like, yo, I need to switch that. As soon as, you know, when you keep seeing it, like, because obviously you guys know TikTok, like only certain clips it will be the ones that you won't even think will bang, will just
All the
randomly just blow.
Yeah.
And then I'm a thing where I just keep checking it for no reason, and I feel like it just demotivates me. Now it's a thing where I just put my phone down, like I'll post it and I just won't look at it for a good while and
And it's not even a point of like boosting or anything like that, but like say if we just get constant vids for like 8-9k, like we'd be like so like depressed, like shit. Well, not depressed, but like, oh, it's not really been a good week. But
Yeah.
like a few months ago, we would have been absolutely buzzing with that.
Yeah.
So it's very
Yeah.
quick how things change.
Yeah, because we're always aiming for more in this life, innit? So
That's and again, it's a bit of a game you play with yourself, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
fighting with your internal, like how you
Yeah.
are there, and
And it links directly
It's
back
difficult.
to what we were saying with like supercars and that before.
Yeah.
Like it's good to have like nice cars and like that, but like it's good within business because you're always aiming for the next step. But when it's in personal life, you always want more. And it's there's never end to it.
yeah, what you guys, you know what? I know this is a deep question. I just thought of it now, but what's your end goals like? From your, obviously you got your car business and stuff.
Yeah.
What are like some of the things personally you guys would be happy with? Because obviously I know you guys said that you felt good about the pitch and stuff. What would be like your end goal? Is it like a massive garage with cars full of it and you're selling, like you guys are like Yanni Maz in a way, innit? Like, what's it?
I think grow the ecosystem because there's so many bolt-on businesses within like the car ecosystem.
Yeah.
Anyway. So build that as vast as we can. And again, our business model's sticking with dingers, so it's dingers en masse. But there's a lot of things we do want to do personally as well, like build out.
Definitely.
As part of what we're doing to build it out and obviously
Yeah.
impacting. We love to do like work in like lesser developed countries and stuff. That'd be sick. A lot of projects internally like that.
And definitely mental health in this country as well. We often speak about our stories with that, and how, especially for men, there's nothing in this country. So we've obviously been able to speak to each other.
Yeah.
But like when looking back at my mates, like there was never anything like that for me. So I think there needs to be something done massively, and we want to be that impact in the UK, especially.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like I definitely resonate, and I'm sure it's Andrew Carnegie. Yeah, it was definitely Andrew Carnegie, where it's a quote that stuck with me, where it's like you spent the first half of his life accumulating wealth to then give it all back. That's
Yeah.
exactly how we feel with it. Is like we want to build a foundation of what we want to give back and like what we've gone through to then obviously build a better world in the future.
You know, that's a big shout. So you just want to build your name, so then that way you're people that people look towards, like they're inspired in a way, and then you can give your advice to slowly make the world a better place.
And especially with charity as well, building our personal brand is absolutely massive for that when it comes to it.
Yeah, that's
as well.
a good dream.
Yeah,
I'm glad you guys said that, because in my head I was like, I don't know where this is going. Imagine they just say, yeah, I want a mansion. Yeah, listen, I want a mansion. Lambo there, gal there. Like, I was thinking, yo, Angie Tate, yo, you can't do that.
Again, like people don't expect it, and I feel like people look too much on the surface of like
materialistic stuff,
social media and stuff like that. I feel like they look at me especially and like what I'm wearing and stuff like that, and think, I want dick and stuff like shit and all that stuff. But honestly, we're so minimal with everything. Like in the future, like literally, we're potentially going to live together. We're just like get a house or something like that.
Sick. Give me sad
like,
vibes there.
Proper minimalist. Like honestly, we don't need the possessions. And I feel like again, a lot of problems in society at this moment in time come from the materialistic things in life.
Yeah,
and we just don't need them in reality.
Yeah, so I know what you mean, because
a small gaff.
As soon as you've got something, like, you just want more of it, and it just don't satisfy you. Like recently, I just been buying bare clothes, and I'm like, you know what, clothes are the shittest thing in real like life. The only reason I did it was just because I just got slated for my clothes. I was like, you know what, let me just pattern up a bit, and then I realized it's just clothes, and then like I'll throw it around. Like I don't know, innit? It's like a thing where it don't make me happy, innit? Whereas things like cars, you could slate it as much as you want. If I like it, I don't care, innit? That's the thing I'm trying to get into more of.
That's what I like to hear in people that they buy a car. Like we speak about this. Like it's good to have that. If you have a car that you like and you buy it because you like, that's class. But when we were on about supercars, a lot of people are buying them cars just for status and that. So
that's not a thing with me, because that's why I chose the GTR, because certain people would go for like a mad supercar, that. But I just see them as not like going over bumps, and that my GTR would be a bit more lifted up. Like it would be a nicer car to drive through. Like I don't know, I look for practicality in it, because you can use a GTR every now and then, whereas like if you have a supercar, you're not driving that every especially in London, bro, with all the speed bumps, you ain't driving nothing in London, innit?
Well, as I say, like with the Land Rover Defender, no one's going to be looking at me and thinking he is a G in an old Land Rover Defender just because I want one. So do you know what I mean? You want to
go for more of the low key approach, innit, of something you like. I hear you. So you know, obviously, I did a little bit of research on you guys. So obviously, I saw you guys on like YouTube Shorts and stuff. Do you guys ever plan on, like, obviously we're talking about future stuff and that, would you guys ever plan on opening like a YouTube channel? I feel like that would blow. Honestly, I think that would bang.
We've had this a bit often, but we've got some big plans coming up. Like,
I feel like that would be like. Have you guys watched Matt Armstrong by any chance?
Yeah,
Matt Armstrong. I feel like you guys would be like the next level of it, because you guys are gonna buy cars that have nothing done to them, nothing. Like you're gonna see all the mileage and all that, and you're gonna slowly. I feel like that's something I want to get into as well, innit? So I feel like that would be like a mad industry for you guys to get into. You guys planning on getting into it by any chance?
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Can't disclose too much, innit?
Definitely not. Honestly, 100%. I feel like it needs a bit more entertainment, especially on the car scene. There's not much. There's a couple of YouTubers on there.
Yeah, like DMO DJ and all of this stuff. Yeah,
definitely.
Matt Armstrong is one person that I love watching, because he just redoes the whole car. It will be like a write-off car that they bought at auction, and he'll turn it into something that you'd buy for about 100 grand. Like, he's a mad guy. Like,
it's mental.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking of going into, innit? Like, from the podcast, I slowly want to get into my car industry. Like, when I get my license, obviously, I want to pattern up my car, like, get like a car. Like, my brother's car isn't all that, but I'm going to slowly start making it something nicer. And then, I don't know, innit? Like, rebranding cars, because I don't know, I think I got my way with cars, innit? And then, so, let's move on to something else here. So, you guys told me recently, when I was trying to get you guys down here, you was like, you guys are starting up a course. Chat to me about the course. What's this course about? Like, you guys aren't traders and that. What's the course about?
Exactly that. No, it's to be fair, the only reason, and from the offset, me and Chris never wanted to do like courses or anything like that. Yeah. Because I feel like there's such a big stigma. Like,
trust me. I if you tell me you got a course, I think immediately you're a scam. Literally. That's literally in my head, innit?
Every single, all the time, and I feel like it's such a big thing. Like, oh, he's a scammer.
Yeah.
But the amount of people that have been asking us specifically for a course, like generally, have you got a course on this so I can get started?
Yeah.
And we thought, you know,
just supplying the demand, bro.
There's nothing with cars. Like there's stuff for Amazon FBA. There's stuff for drop shipping. There's stuff for other stuff.
There's nothing you can really learn about a car. Like not learn about a car, but like it depends on what type of thing they're trying to look to learn. Like,
but you say that, but we do get like a lot of questions about certain things, like about the V5s, about buying from certain places. How can I find cars? What do I need to do? And how can I eventually sell them?
I would say like a YouTube channel would have been better than a course in that situation, because they would know exactly what you're trying to do and blah blah blah. Whereas I don't know, with a course, it's just, I don't know, you can just search it up what you can learn from a course, right?
Yeah, to be fair, we made so many mistakes is that it was so difficult. I don't know what it is about
I feel like
training.
your course is just
I don't
like a
know what it
set guide, and you know for fact it's legit because you can watch them do it. Cause
exactly.
Yeah, I hear you. So,
and again, with us, we wanted to make it really, really cheap, not like the typical like £1,000, £1,500, like just typical charges.
Okay.
Keep it really cheap, 197, and accessible to pretty much anyone. And if you buy a car and sell it, you're making it back straight away.
Yeah. How much is the course?
197 quid.
Well, okay. So, what does the course entail? Like, obviously, you can't say too much because you don't want to like sell the course for free.
I mean, it's happily so.
So
it's literally our 6-stage framework of like starting to finishing to having the money in the account, basically.
Yeah.
From like getting you set up, everything like that, getting your business set up or whatever, and then building your way up to then eventually selling the car and having money in your pocket.
so we've been talking about this for so long, but what is the actual process that you guys do? Like, when you get a car, is it a thing where you fix the car, like you do like, you know, when they have like the engine check remap, like do you fix the car inside, or is it like a car wash, like you just fix the aesthetics of it, or like what type of things do you guys look for?
And again, this is only saying because what we focus on is dingers, so it would be very, very different story if we were selling mid-tier cars. We wouldn't be able to do it like this. But with dingers, it's very, very, very simplistic. We obviously buy the car from any online platform or any sort of avenue that we've got a few different lead generations. Of course, we buy the car, and then of course, in terms of
it's just a wash.
Is that it?
So, yeah, like I've sold cars before, like especially in winter time. Like and obviously being busy in that, where I haven't done anything. Like literally, like cars come in, taking 20 photos, and it's gone within the same day for £500 profit. Like,
you guys hearing that?
Without even giving it a wash.
But man said just a little car wash. Just invest in some car wash material. Buy cars. I've been living life the wrong way, man. I've been living life the wrong way.
It's so simple. It is so, and people have been doing it for so long as well. Just no one's really seems to clocked onto it. To be honest. But yeah, that's it. Like, take some good photos and just remarket it better than the person you bought it off, and you will sell it for more.
Okay,
I definitely would say like most of the time the way that you do make profit is just because like it's undervalued. They don't know the value of their car.
Oh, so you just go for the idiots in the market, basically.
Yeah,
just wrap their cars.
Yeah. But like a lot of the time, like you wouldn't even do it to our standard. Like you wouldn't give it a good wash. You wouldn't even give it 20 photos. But you could still make profit if you just find below value.
Because it's very different. Because obviously the property game, people try and like apply the same principles where you buy under market value, add value, and then big chunk of profit at the end of it. But with cars, you're not really adding much value to them at this price.
You just take a picture, and it's also because with a property, it's a bit more of a headache and a long process because you've got to like fix the like the house in it in a way, like you got to make it look more appealing and all of that. Like, you know what, man? You guys have taught me a lot, but I'm thinking about like, just a car wash, like, because imagine we were to take a picture of a car without washing the car and it's all dirty and that, it'll probably be worth like a good £700-800 less than it would be.
Sure.
And a car wash costs you what, like £12, £25, like something like that, and you're good. Damn. I was watching one of your clips, by the way, where you put on like a fake alloy. How did you? What's?
I'll tell you what.
Like, I'm confused with that. Like, I saw it and I was like, yo, I might not need to change the alloy. Just slap a little fake on her.
Said it in the wrong way.
We triggered so many people.
Yeah, they were just the steel wheels. On them. They weren't the alloys. And then honestly, like I'd definitely say it's the best product that you can ever do.
Because I was looking at it like, bro, imagine like you had a car mash up alloys, just put the car cover on. No, when they come like
honestly, Halfords like it gets a lot of slate, but it's goated for them wheel trims. Like honestly, like
what do you do? Like say for example, you've got like a wheel as it is, you just slap it on.
Yeah, honestly,
No matter what alloy is underneath it, you can just slap it on.
Yeah, so sometimes you need like zip ties, and you just like cut them off. But honestly, a lot of the time you just like. You just put them in and it changed it. Like
because I saw you have like I think it was a black one or something like or like a nicer one, and you just slapped it on, and I was thinking, bro, that's the smartest thing I've ever seen. Because imagine because is it like a glue thing where it could come off, or is it like a proper attached?
I'd say the only time that it could properly come off
if
is
you hit the curb.
A lot of force was applied to it.
Okay.
So like even if you went over a bump, it'd still stay on. But if like
you know what's funny, people are saying it, but I know for a fact where people saw that like, yo, where can I get that from? Low key, like I want to tell people I spent about £800 on new wheels, but low key,
like under 20 quid every single time, and it's like it makes a massive difference. If you had a car literally in the same place with 4 steel wheels compared to one with the steel wheels but the plastic trim over the top, it's a massive difference.
Yeah, because I would look at it and be like, yo, that looks a lot more fresh, innit?
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm not even gonna lie, man, don't hate me, but low key, I was like, you know what? If I get a black little trim and to slap it on, I got black olives for what, £100 less? Like, damn, that was so smart when I first saw it.
Yeah, we literally got slapped around for that course for saying something wrong.
So what's the name of the course? How'd you guys come up with the course?
So yeah, it wasn't a very complex name. Really. Car flipping course, yeah.
Okay. So obviously the link will be in the description. If you guys are interested in like doing a little flips of cars, you just heard how simple it is. You can do it. You ain't got to know too much about cars, but obviously it would be better if you did know about cars. But yeah, make sure you guys check out the clip and yeah. So what are your guys like future plans? Because obviously I know you guys have got your TikToks. What other avenues have you guys got? Because obviously I know recently you got, obviously we just talked about the course. So what's your next goals after the course? Is it just still doing what you guys are doing, or have you got anything else that's coming through?
Yeah, so to be honest, I think it's like the entrepreneur's curse. You have too many plates spinning. We did have a few things in the background where we were sort of like pushing. Again, we've stopped doing property at this moment in time because again, just like if you put in energy to one thing, it's time and energy focus that you sort of pulling away from the other. So that was the decision we made. You know what, we're going to stop with the properties, even though again we were scaling that very, very quickly in such a short space of time. But we could just see much more potential in the car ecosystem, the end goal. So we'd take a sacrifice on that. And yeah, really just keep scaling what we're doing. Stay with the same strategy, potentially moving into a new premises.
Yeah, new location.
New location, yeah, that should be a shout.
Can't share too much on it at the moment. But
I was gonna say, how many cars do you guys have in the, what was it called again?
The pitch.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. I've never heard of something called a pitch, but how many cars would you guys? What's the most cars you've had like in that pitch?
So you can squeeze about 20 in there. You can squeeze about 20, but obviously over a month, because we can sell more, because you're not always going to have just 20 sat there and then sell all 20 in say a month. You're going to filter through all the way, do you know what I mean?
Have you guys ever had like a problem car, like one problem car that just pissed you off, that's just always been there, that hasn't been able to get
the thing is problem cars aren't like are much different with us compared to other people. So since we've moved in, there's only been one car, I think, like one good car that we've listed that's been on for sale for more than 2 weeks. And even still, it was a Fiat Punto.
When I said 2 weeks, I thought you would have said like, oh yeah, like a good like 6 months now. I said 2 weeks, that's a big problem for you guys.
It's long for us as well.
So you guys selling cars every day?
We get very, very nervous and very concerned if a car hasn't sold in 2 weeks.
Damn.
But even still, it was a Fiat Punto, 2009. I think it eventually sold in 3 weeks. But we still made like, I think it was 150 quid profit at the end of it. So it's still not bad for us.
And that was our problem car as well. So
is it? Damn. I thought when I said problem car, I thought you were going to tell me like, oh, we drove the car back and it just mashed up on us. It wouldn't be able to be
never had that yet. We've had obviously a couple of customers come back, but we've never had a car where I've been driving and then it's broke down on us. So,
okay. So I would have said, what advice would you give the people? But I'm sure you guys are going to put that in the course, right? Like if they want to start.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, obviously the theory behind everything, that'd be, I'd say, the advice within the course. But the main advice is just take action. Like everyone's seeing all these different side hustles and everyone's concerned about, oh, is it a get rich quick scene, or like, will it work? All of them work. Absolutely all of the side hustles, everything works. It's just taking the right action and staying with it consistent enough.
Putting in their effort.
Yeah,
you guys are exactly like Ben. Ben literally said like most people are too fixated on like what the end goal is, like where the money's coming through, but they don't have the time and patience to put the like effort in. Like there's so many hustles that you can do, like obviously washing cars, you can go into certain avenues, but it's when people give up too quickly if they don't see the results quick enough, innit? So that's why I rate you guys really highly, the fact that you stuck it out until you guys obviously blew up on TikTok and start like blowing up. So obviously you guys are business owners, obviously, so you have the obviously car flipping. Has it ever taken, you talked about a little bit of mental health, has there ever been like a time while you guys have been selling it, it's like taking a toll on you? Because I know a lot of business owners, like even like Zaki and stuff, they tell me like certain times they have to stay away from it because it causes like a little bit of stress. Like certain times I know a few friends of mine that can't sleep. Like it's like certain times it could be a headache. Has that ever happened for you guys?
You know, it's a very good question because I've always had it. I've always been I've got a very addictive personality, and I've got quite a bit like extreme OCD and certain stuff like that. Not extreme OCD.
OCD. If you could see, I know you guys can't see. If you could see the look in this room right now, I've got all my equipment just everywhere.
Sweet, it's absolutely sweet. But yeah, in terms of OCD, I mean, with routine, I'm very rigid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But with business, that definitely doesn't help because it is your thing.
Yeah.
And obviously, you control every aspect of it. But I do have to sort of limit my boundaries to an extent because there was one point where I was like really sleep deprived, where I was just like not getting much hours sleep because I was trying to work like all hours under the sun. So that definitely wasn't good. Yeah, definitely don't recommend.
Have you guys had like any like moments where you just like, I need a break, I can't do this no more, like fuck this?
You always think that, but it's like what's the point though? Like it's just like I don't know. If you go away, you're just delaying like what's eventually going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously we all need time off in that, but like if I think about I need some time off now, I'm just basically thinking, well, there's a problem at the moment, and I don't want to face it for like a few more days. Yeah,
that part's a bit stupid. Have you guys ever had like a thing where randomly you just have like a sudden motivation? You're like, yo, man's got to go back and do this, that, like.
I think you know what it was. I think it was even better when we scaled the things back that we had in the background. We were like, we can really take it like 10x what we were doing before. Because again, our focus was too spread. Once you narrow your focus again on one little field.
Yeah,
I always bring this up because he is good for this, but Alex Omozi's got a very good point on different things. But when you've got a son and it's trying to get through a piece of paper, but it's got too many things it can't cut through. Yeah. But then when it's limited to just one thing, and then it can go through. But
careful with them hand movements, but
but like
I was gonna say,
a bit too close to the mouth.
Yeah, that's a bit dodgy, you know.
Yeah, but it's the same with business. Like we were spread too thin. We had property. We had a couple other things going on. But now we've stripped that back. We've cut down on the finances. We know exactly what's there, and we know exactly now how it's going to work with cars.
I know exactly what you're trying to say, because it's a thing where if you have like so many different avenues that you're trying to do, like if you're trying to work out everything's going to start slowly flopping. Because if you focus on one, try and build it up a bit more, try and build it up, and then once it comes to a stage where you ain't got to worry about it, like for example for you guys, if you came to a stage where you're flipping cars, you like instead of every 2 weeks, like every single like a few hours you're starting to sell cars, you got a link, you can like start getting people to work for you and give that responsibility to them, and you guys can focus on something else. Like you could do the YouTube side of things while your workers are doing all the reselling side, or you guys can move into the property side of things. Like it's a thing where once you need one thing to blossom before you can go to something else,
definitely. And you just got to sort of look at success. Certainly does leave clues, and to be honest, even still, I'm not gonna, I don't know, like I can't really comment because I can't really see the day in the life of Elon Musk. But to be honest, I imagine if he focused on one thing, obviously he's a serial entrepreneur and he's a phenomenal entrepreneur. He's the richest man in the world. But like the business, if he solely focused on one of them, it'd blossom 10 times more than all. Do you know what I mean? At the moment with everything else going on.
That's the reason why I've mainly focused on the podcast nowadays, because I took like a long break from it, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just delaying it because it's Christmas time, innit? I couldn't get no one. I was like, yo, I'm just delaying the inevitable, innit? At one point, and then more time I was chatting to my brother, and I was like, yo, maybe I should start like a car thing because I love my cars. And then my boy was like to me, bro, listen, think of one thing at a time. First, get your podcast to a certain level, because then once you start your other thing, it will make it like a bit better. You're not even like a professional at your podcast yet. You need to slowly build your way up there, get more experience. Because more time, like imagine, you know how I told you guys the story of like buying the equipment and like getting up to our level. The amount of planning we did compared to how the first, like imagine we planned for a good year. The first shoot we did, it was so hard. It was a tiny room. It was so hard. Like it was Zaki's podcast, by the way, and like I wasn't ready because I was, you know what it is, people don't prepare you for cameras, fam. Like I thought, I'm a confident guy, I got the camera situation sorted. Bro, I was so nervous in front of that camera where I didn't even know what I was doing, innit? But slowly I've been a bit better, innit? So it's a thing where you just got to focus. And I'll be so real, like I used to think what these people say is like just a bit fake, innit? Like they're probably just saying it for like a little like TikTok clip and whatnot, but it is actually so true where you can only do so much research, innit? Like it's a thing where you've got to step into the field for experience. Once you hit like a little bit of experience, you will know. Like, it's like an instinct. You know exactly what not to do, what to do. Probably the same for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah. For sure.
I think it's money as well. I think that's another thing that I don't understand about people. Like when people come to me and Ben, and obviously they're in the same fields, but like, oh, why don't you put your money in crypto? Why don't you put your money in there? But like, we know that cars does so well for us. Why would we put it somewhere else as well?
And diversify too. Again, it's like it's spreading your money too thin. Like so, there's spreading your focus too thin, but then there's also spreading your money too thin, and everything like that. And again, you just need to take action on one thing at a time as well. So and really see it through.
Alright, so boring. Outside of you guys is like. Outside of your car flipping, what is it that you guys do on your like little? Because it can't be always just business, innit? Well, what's it saying? What you guys do? Are you guys like FIFA like maniacs, or is it like what you guys do?
You know what it is? We are very very boring. Again, we sort of had like a group of friends where even still, I mean, we went on one lad's holiday and that was just a
Where'd you guys go?
Maga and like
Maga in Spain?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
not
it
you.
wasn't a good
Same on.
There's no comment on that one, to be honest.
Damn, what stays in Maga stays in Maga. Yeah.
It
There's
wasn't
situation.
even that, like, I can't even say that with chest and say it was good because it was just, I thought
fucking
it was
shite, to
boring.
be honest.
Yeah.
Bro, you mentioned the chores. I never seen someone say that about a lad's holiday. Wasn't it fun? First experience out.
Yeah, we didn't really.
You guys would have been better off with that, a little cottage somewhere here.
Literally,
definitely.
Literally.
What was it that went left? Was it like the planning and shit? Oh.
You know what it was? I think it was the group, because we were with that friendship group for so long in school, and again, it just sort of towards the end, we just started to realise we just don't relate to them at all.
Like, whenever I'm around Ben, like I'm always myself, like, and I can just like speak there. But we were in like a sort of villa. There was about like 8, 9 of us.
You have to put on like a little face.
Yeah,
like,
I know exactly what you mean.
You weren't like yourself,
because they're your friends, but it's the thing you got to put on a little like act. I know exactly what you mean.
Thinking about this ages ago, I remember a Mark Tilbury clip stuck in my head, and he always said that like when you become more successful, your group gets a lot smaller. And I really liked my friends at one time. Like Xbox parties were unreal, and everything was class, but I just couldn't see myself like being away from them. But when you start to see a bit of success, and when you start to see a bit of ambition from someone, like you look at who your actual real mates are.
Yeah, you've got to fend for yourself, and then obviously some people connect with it, some people won't. But we've obviously, just even from our experience so far, we've met people that are going to be like I feel like it's going to be long timers, and that's just business connections as well. It stems into friendships.
It's been from like a 10-minute conversation that stems into like
An
a 4-hour
immediate
conversation. I remember going to like football with my mates, and it was about 20 minutes away. I'd just be driving in my car with like 3 of them, and honestly, apart from
Dead
football
quiet.
and work, it's like.
So
It's just like the club, like when you just think about going out to the club, it's just pointless.
we don't drink at all, so
That's good. I never can lie, it was Muslim and that.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I was actually deep in it for a minute. Your YouTube channel will actually blow if you guys start, because I would actually want to sit there and watch that kind of stuff, like that kind of content I like, innit? Like, I don't know, I feel like it would just be live with you guys doing it, especially because you guys, like, you're young, like, you know, so, like, I don't know how to explain it. You've just started from something like reselling cars, and now you're slowly getting into like a bigger I don't know, I just see like a lot of like talent in you guys, innit? It's
I
sick.
appreciate it, man.
Obviously the links are all going to be in the description below, so obviously we have the course, we have both the Instagrams, and then everything else should be there. One more question, I got one more question, last question, before we go into the outro, and that last question, did you guys go university by any chance? University.
That is there we go.
There, I got you, man. There.
Banned word, it shouldn't be in the dictionary.
It's banned.
Yeah.
Oh, what? You guys? It's a no word.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I shouldn't even have gone to college. To me, like that was a regret. But
I'm hating A-levels right now.
But the biggest benefit was to like show like how much like how bad it could be getting if I did go down that route. So
yeah, because certain people I have on a podcast, certain people rate it. Like episode 2, Mr. Composed, he liked his university thing. The first one did not rate it at all. Third one, he didn't get to go university and he wants to go university. And the last 2 I've had completely against it, innit?
I think for certain things it's definitely really good. Like
I think it's more if you guys know, like, if you want to be a lawyer, doctor kind of thing, specialist topics, then it makes sense, innit?
I definitely think the education could be changed, because like even though like having a degree is the best way to go, but like how the degrees are taught are still terribly. I think they could be improved a lot. But like we went to an event last night, networking event, and I think we must have spoken about like 10 different people that all went to uni. So like every single time I was like, I regret going. And the only reason why they were there was because of the atmosphere.
And that's the thing, I feel like a lot of people are either going because they have no idea what they want to do, or it's just sort of social pressure again, or it's what their friends are doing, or just to feel like they just want the atmosphere. I feel like a lot of that falls into it. Again, uni's obviously the right path if you know where you want to get to. So if you need it for becoming a doctor, lawyer, etc., you have to go. Like, it's part of the process.
But I think that is that is definitely the worst thing that you can do in life. Go to uni if you don't know what you want to do.
That's the predicament I'm in, because it's not like I've got a love for something so badly where I want to jump into uni. But the thing for me is, every podcast I do, everyone's like says, uni might not be the one for me. And I really don't want to hit into a stage where I do it and don't like it, because for me, when I jumped into A-levels, I was like, yo, I do not want to do A-levels. But at the same time, the pressure just got to me, and I was like, maybe that is the only way, innit? Like, everyone did it, and everyone's like, sort of like, I don't know, it's a safe route, innit? It's more of the safe route, innit? So I was just low-key thinking, university. Now I'm in that same predicament where I've got university, and that's a risk that I really don't want to take. That's why I'm trying to blow before the uni comes through, so I can because I don't know about you guys, obviously. For me, with my parents, it's a like show not tell type of thing. If I tell them like I'm doing this podcast, they're gonna think, what, you're doing podcast? Get out of here. They're gonna say, no, don't run that. Like it's not a thing for me, innit? Whereas if I show them like, yo, listen, like I'm making a bit of like bread here, like when you come out with me, you can see like what I'm doing and sort of thing like that, and I'll show them like, yo, listen, like, I can live off this, like mine's gonna, the only way is up, innit? Then slowly they might go, you know what, makes sense, innit? You can do your thing. Whereas if I'm not able to show, they're gonna think you're just risking your life, because obviously, I don't know about you guys, but the older mentality is, if you don't have a uni degree and you ain't got education, you're screwed, innit? You're in McDonald's like, for 24/7, innit? Like, that's literally how it is. But obviously, we get to that. So obviously, I think let me just tell you, you know, they drove 4 hours to get here, bro. I'm sitting here like, yo, bruv, man don't want to wake up at 11 o'clock, like, it's really long, man wants to sleep and that, like, exam week, man wants to sleep. And these men have been traveling for 4 hours, you know. And so, you know, when they told me, I was there like, 4 hours? Like, bro, I woke up 2 hours ago still, like. But yeah, I gotta say thank you for you guys coming through. And thank you guys for reaching out to me, because like, you know, after a while, I was like, oh my God, like, I watched these guys and they messaged me, like, I was gassed, innit? So thank you guys again for that.
We've got to do a part 2.
We got to do a part 2. Don't worry, give me some time, we'll do a part 2, 100%. So all the links are in the description. You can check out their course in the description. Make sure you guys go check out their TikToks. If you're a car fan, even if you're like a little entrepreneur, you can go check out how you will learn something. Because even the guy I had last podcast, I wasn't even not like sure of it beforehand, but he reacted to these guys. Obviously, he's a person that I really rate, because he gives you the good sides and the bad sides of certain things. That when he reacts to certain clips, the reason why I was gassed with our clips was because he reacts to clips, and certain times they can be bollocks, and he'll be like, nah, this is not the one. But for us, he gives like an honest opinion, innit? So I was like, yeah, it'll be sick, innit? But I keep waffling. So yeah, that's been OUTSIDEIN. I don't know which episode it is, but I'm guessing it's 6. Episode 6. That's a wrap. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, share. I want this to go everywhere, yeah? So make sure you go share it. Yeah, let's go. OUTSIDEIN.
Spread your wings. Nothing is impossible, believe. If I can do it, you can spread your wings. Nothing is impossible. If I can do it, you can spread your wings.